What if I told you Toyota built a car that's too tall to be a sedan, too low to be an SUV, and somehow still outsells half the crossovers in its class? Stick around, because the 2027 Toyota Crown is about to make you question everything you thought a Toyota was supposed to look like. This isn't your grandfather's Avalon. Toyota killed that nameplate and replaced it with something genuinely strange, a car that sits like an SUV, drives like a sports sedan, and somehow costs less than you'd expect. And for 2027, Toyota just gave it a serious update under the hood while keeping the design language that's turned heads since day one. Let's break down everything that's new, starting with the way it looks. At first glance, you might mistake the 2027 Crown for last year's model, and that's kind of the point. Toyota didn't mess with a design that already works. You still get those sharp, triangular headlights connected by a thin horizontal light bar up front, giving it an aggressive, almost futuristic face. The body cladding around the wheel arches adds a rugged, crossover-like presence, while the roofline tapers down into a fastback silhouette that looks more coupe than sedan. Round back, the taillights mirror the front with a slim horizontal bar stretching across the trunk lid. What's actually new for 2027 is subtle but noticeable if you know where to look. There's a refreshed two-tone paint option, a tweaked rear bumper, and a brand new color called Inked. The range-topping platinum grade goes a step further with a bitone finish, red brake calipers peeking out from behind the wheels, and blacked-out window surrounds. Speaking of wheels, you're looking at 19-inch alloys standard, with 21-inch wheels available depending on trim. It's still one of the most distinctive-looking Toyotas on the road, and for 2027, Toyota clearly decided not to fix what wasn't broken. Step inside and the Crown continues to punch above its price tag. The dashboard is tiered, with an L-shaped panel flowing from the passenger side that visually splits the cabin into two zones. You get a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster paired with a 12.3-inch touchscreen running Toyota's latest infotainment, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a wireless charging pad, and 5 USB ports scattered throughout the cabin. The stubby gear shifter and 3-spoke steering will give it a genuinely premium, driver-focused feel. For 2027, the limited trim gets a nice bump. Full saddle tan leather seating is now available, and that same tan interior can be paired with the Bronze Age exterior color for a genuinely upscale look. Heated and ventilated front seats come standard, heated rear seats are available, and depending on trim you can option a panoramic moonroof and a head-up display. And here's a nice touch for daily driving: the XLE, Limited, and Nightshade trims all pick up paddle shifters for 2027, something that was previously reserved for the top trim only. Now let's talk about what's actually changed the most: the powertrain. The XLE, Limited, and Nightshade grades move to Toyota's brand new 5th-generation hybrid system, pairing a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with electric motors front and rear. Toyota hasn't published exact horsepower numbers yet, but they have confirmed fuel economy and EPA estimated 40 miles per gallon combined, just 1 mpg off last year's setup, which is impressive considering the added performance focus. But if you want the real star of the lineup, that's the Platinum grade. It keeps Toyota's Hybrid Max system, a turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder combined with 2 electric motors, producing a combined 340 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, sent through a 6-speed automatic instead of a CVT. That's a genuinely quick setup for a car this size, with the Platinum also getting a more sophisticated full-time all-wheel drive system that actively shuffles power between the front and rear axles, versus the on-demand rear motor used by the lower trims. Let's talk numbers, because this is where the 2027 Crown gets interesting. Pricing starts at $42,935 for the base XLE, including destination, just a $200 bump over last year. The Nightshade comes in at $50,260. The Limited jumps to $51,015, a nearly $3,800 increase, mostly because it now includes tech and equipment that used to be optional. And if you want that Hybrid Max engine and 340 horsepower, the Platinum starts at $56,485. So where does that leave the 2027 Crown? It's still one of the strangest, boldest things in Toyota's lineup, a sedan that's not really a sedan, going up against hybrid versions of the Camry, Accord, and Sonata, but standing out with standard all-wheel drive and a genuinely powerful range-topping engine option. It's not for everyone, but for buyers who want something different without stepping outside the Toyota badge, the Crown remains one of the most interesting vehicles on sale today. That's the 2027 Toyota Crown. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you're subscribed to Turbo Wheels for more car reviews, comparisons, and everything happening in the automotive world. See you in the next one.